Happy Purim, everyone. Today is the most joyous day on the Jewish calendar. And our rabbis tell us something, that on the holiday of Purim, we're supposed to celebrate and drink, become intoxicated. Ad de lo yada, to the point that you do not know the difference between blessed is Mordechai and cursed is Haman. And the question is, first of all, how could the rabbis be telling us to get drunk on the holiday of Purim? But second of all, what's the point of not knowing the difference between blessed is Mordechai and cursed is Haman? The whole idea of the holiday is how Haman, the evil man, was defeated, and Mordechai, the righteous Jew, and the Jewish people were saved. So if you get drunk to the point that you don't know the difference, it defeats the whole purpose of the remembrance of the miracle of the holiday. It's almost like saying, eat matzah on Passover, God forbid, or eat chametz, bread on Passover. The whole idea of the holiday is to remember the miracle that occurred. And perhaps the answer is that it doesn't mean literally to get drunk with alcohol, but it means to get drunk with joy. To be so joyous that you don't know the difference between good and bad, or the winner and the loser. You see, where does sadness come from? Where does worry come from? Because we're always so calculated, we're always measuring, and we're being too mental, too in our heads about up and down, right and wrong. But when you come to a level of faith in God, where it's not about winning or losing. A matter of fact, it's not even about me. It's about what I can do for others. Like the holiday of Purim, where we give gifts to our friends and neighbors, where we give charity to the poor, we invite people to our feast. It's all about giving and doing for others. Then we discover real joy. Because the more we are focused on ourselves, on the blessings or the curses, the blessed is Mordechai, cursed is Haman, the more introverted we become and more saddened we become with all of our doubts and worries and fears and anxieties. But when we realize it's not about me, it's what Hashem gave me the ability to do for others, the love that I have, the knowledge that I have, the resources I have, it's all to pour it out and give to others, then we discover the real joy. When a person's drunk, they don't worry about anything. They're not calculating things. They're just happy. As opposed to when a person is sober. And therefore, you cannot just get drunk on Purim. Because when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be back to your old self. But rather, you have to discover being drunk on joy. The inner joy, which is that God gave me so many blessings that I can share with others. And when you have that inner joy, then you could celebrate Purim all year round. Because you're not calculating, but you're just appreciating every single moment of your life. Someone said, imagine I said to you, I'm going to give you $10 billion today. You would be so happy. I said, if I gave you $10 billion, would anything get you down? No, I would be the happiest person for the rest of the day. Would anyone annoy you for the rest of the day? Never, if you gave me $10 billion. But then if I said, there's one condition, I'll give you the $10 billion today, but tonight when you go to sleep, you're not going to wake up in the morning. Do you still want the $10 billion? And then the answer is no. I'd rather not take the $10 billion and wake up in the morning. So what you're saying is that getting up this morning is more valuable than $10 billion. Well, if it's more valuable than $10 billion, you should be the happiest person today, and nothing in the world should worry you or bother you whatsoever. That's the miracle of Purim. Discovering that God runs the world, God put me here, and I'm going to celebrate and use every moment like the holiday of Purim to do and to give love, goodness, kindness, righteousness to the world and to all those around me. Tell a story about this drunk who would always come to the synagogue every morning and find all the alcohol that people would bring to say l'chaim for occasions and get drunk every morning. And so they would hide the alcohol from him. And one day he was begging for alcohol, and someone said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you l'chaim, alcohol, if you tell me why you drink every single day. And he said the following. He said, Purim's the one day a year that we get drunk. Why? Because we want to remember the miracle that God saved us from Haman, who sought to destroy the Jewish people. But he said the truth is, if you go back over thousands of years, 3,000 years of Jewish history, there isn't a day on the calendar that there wasn't some enemy of the Jews somewhere plotting to destroy the Jewish people. And that enemy's plans was foiled. And that's why we're here and our enemies are gone. So the truth is, he says, while we may not remember all their names and know even who they are, every day on the calendar, there was someone like Haman who was planning and seeking to destroy the Jewish people. And therefore, our existence is a celebration, really, of the defeat of all of the evildoers, the Hamans of history, on every single day of the calendar. So he said the truth is that every day is like Purim. Every day we defeated some evildoer like Haman. And therefore, every day I drink and get drunk like on Purim. Well, this drunk had something to him. He was right from one perspective. Every single day is Purim. Every day should be joyous. Every day should be celebrated like Purim, with unbridled joy. Like a drunk who doesn't worry about a thing, just feels pure joy and pours out all his love, all his goodness to be a blessing to others, like on the day of Purim. Let's make today a very happy Purim. Celebrate it by doing more good, more kindness. Give more of yourself. And then, when you wake up tomorrow morning, realize that every day is really Purim. Have a happy Purim. It's also a holy day. Our rabbis say it's holier than Yom Kippur. May all of our prayers be answered today. May all of the blessings flow from heaven upon us and our loved ones in the world to overcome all the modern day Hamans who, as we speak and celebrate, are also plotting our destruction, God forbid. May they all meet the same fate as Haman, and may it be for the Jewish people light, joy, gladness, and rejoicing, as we read in the Megillah last night and this morning. And may we as a Jewish people be blessed to share that joy and that love with the world around us. Have a happy Purim.